This episode is sponsored by Fidia. Hey guys, if you haven't already, make sure you follow the African Creator Podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and all other podcast platforms.
Hello guys, welcome to another episode of the African Creator. I'm here again, Wande, with
Tayo.
And on this episode, we have a very special guest. A very special guest. We have Enioluwa with us on the podcast today.
Sorry, I need to take my glasses off because the glory of Tayo and Wande, it's blinding. I'm trying to see properly now.
How you doing?
I'm good, guys. Thank you so much for having me on your podcast. My name is Enioluwa Adeoluwa, principal. Sorry.
So slow that down. When you're
no, nobody's supposed to get to. That's like kind of like the point.
Fair enough.
You guys are quite fast. Yeah.
Okay. So how has your? I think the first time I came across you, or your content was online when you had those kind of monologues, right, with the Lipgloss.
Oh, okay, yeah. When I used to be Lipgloss boy, forever
exactly.
Lipgloss boy.
And I think that's kind of one thing that I want to start off with, because we see that a lot of creators over the years kind of get boxed in to the thing that they start off with, but you've been able to kind of break out of that.
Yeah.
How was that experience, and were you conscious of
Yeah, I was conscious. People stopped retweeting or whatever they were doing, so you have to move on. Yeah. I think what keeps you constant as a content is a lie. I'm not going to say like in this podcast. I'm always saying like when I'm talking. I think what makes you constant, like as a content creator, is reinvention. So you want that thing that people would always know you as. It's sort of like your breakout career path. It's like forever people are always going to say, oh, that's Lipgloss boy, because once in a while I'll still do a Lipgloss video, but people are no longer posting it or like sharing it. It was a big thing on WhatsApp. Everybody was sharing it that time, and if they're no longer sharing it, I don't want my career to die now. You want to continue. So, I looked for something else. So I make lip gloss videos once in a while, but now I make other videos that still get like views. And so now, you're still here. And I think that's very important as a content creator. You just want to reinvent. When you see people are tired of something, you kind of look for the next thing to do. Yeah.
I'd love to give a shout out to the sponsor of today's video. As you guys know, I'm a creator, and making money as an African is always a problem. The CPMs are low, and it's really hard to monetize your digital product. And eventually, when you now monetize those products, or when you now, eventually create a digital product that you can monetize, eventually getting paid is now a problem. PayPal, as you guys know, doesn't work in most African countries. And imagine after spending so much time and energy to create all these videos and create all this content, and now you have to start cutting corners to receive your own money. I'd like to introduce you guys to a company called Fidia.
Yeah, Fidia is like basically an all-in-one monetization tool for creators. You're able to create a portfolio of your work. You're able to also have some tools to monetize your work as well. So think of Patreon, but an African version. It enables you to, put up your work. It enables also people who are fans of your work and your creative endeavors to support with money.
Which I believe is really cool, because definitely as an African creator, you need to find new ways of monetizing your digital assets and your digital creation. So what Fidia does is it helps you do that easily.
It helps you showcase your creations. It helps you monetize those creations that you showcase. I mean, everywhere around the world, there are lots of platforms that have created or enabled the creator to be free financially. It just always seems that Africa has been left out. Well, now we have a solution, and that solution is Fidia.
Take a step today to monetize your creations by signing up with the link below at www.getfidia.com. And
thank you for sponsoring today's video. How do you decide the type of content you want to make? Do you go off of what you feel people will respond to, or do you just basically lean into your personality of this is what I enjoy?
No, I don't. People make arts for art's sake. They are kind of like artists. I want to show that I am brilliant. No, I'm not that. I'm not. No, I make art content for what people want to see and what people want to hear. So I kind of look at what is happening in society and say, okay, I can make content out of this. This is like my experience. And so I sort of put that into a conversation and make content out of it because my type of content is something that is shareable.
Yeah.
It's interesting. So people can relate to it easily. And, whenever I'm looking for content, the first thing I think about is, will people share this? But there are also content you make for brand equity. It's not necessarily shareable, but it gives you a certain stance in on Instagram. Baddest boy. Like making a video with G-Mike. It's like
that was really
yeah.
dope.
It's not.
That
It's
was
not.
really dope.
People
Yeah,
won't share on WhatsApp and be
Yeah.
like, because it's not your business. But then they're like, that's the more point. Yeah.
That's cool. When you mentioned the fact that you look at something that's happening in society and you make a video out of it, it brings to mind not just content creator but content curator, and that means that
mathematics.
and that means that the cool part about that is that you would never run out of content because something is always going to keep happening in society.
Yes, exactly.
And there's always something to comment about.
Yes, there's always something to comment about, and it will be relevant for that time. So now, if anybody makes a video about me out to be a materialistic babe, it's trending right now, so everybody's going to share it.
Yeah.
Of course, I have a Lipgloss video comment on that. So because now it's trending, so everybody's like, me, I'm a materialistic babe, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So forever, practically, there's something that will always trend, and so you can comment on it. You just have to also be careful, so that you don't start looking too everywhere. Inyama, that's the word.
Yeah.
When any small thing you jump on it and you make some, you have to make it look finessed and look a certain way. So everybody likes it. And cute. Yeah.
That's cool.
Did you always knew you were going to be a creator? Did you always know that, or did you stumble into it?
No, I don't want to go to be a creator forever. I need to become a professor. That's my dream goal.
Professor
of what?
Marketing communications.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So, but I can't remember I was going to be a content creator. I used to do it from university, not create content for social media now, but I studied media and theater arts. So I kind of used to direct, and I was the big boss in school that time. But yeah, so I kind of knew. But content wasn't such a big thing that time. I see how I'm talking like I'm so old. But now practically almost everybody's creating content. So now it's really just an open thing. And so you grew into it. Nobody has seen an influencer 50 years. It's quite new. So yeah.
Yeah, that's very interesting. You saying that it's very reminiscent of so I remember people talking about so for example, if you look at Jay-Z,
Yes.
he's the first. I would say he's the first, but him rapping at his age is the oldest any hip hop artist has ever rapped.
Yeah.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
Because
Yes,
it's
yes.
Yeah, because it's rap just started in 1980 or 1970.
True. Yes.
So it's a new. So I'm really curious to see where creators are.
Yes, even
in,
the big
that's
bonds of
time, yeah.
beauty YouTube, like Jackie Aina. It's just, it's just 11 years now.
Yeah.
That's a long time for a creator. You're like, Jesus, 11 years.
Yeah.
But it's 11 years.
It's
It's
11
not compared
years,
to
yeah.
bankers that have been here for 40 years,
True.
or lawyers or engineers. Tayo can relate. It's been here for a very long time. Wait, Tayo, how many years now? How many years?
It's actually 4 years.
It
Well,
feels
4 years
longer.
is, it feels,
but
it
4
feels
years
longer.
creator years
Yes,
is
it's like you dog years with 2 man years. 4 years as a
I'm
creator.
feeling old.
But that's why you have the big brand equity now. If Tayo I know calls you, immediately. I got to be. Yeah.
I think for me, the first time I saw any of your content, I was like, this person
You
is-
hated it, don't lie.
Just calm down.
Yeah.
Don't put words into my mouth. First of all, I was like, there's a lot of personality behind it.
Yeah.
And I think even for me as a creator, I think one thing I struggled with when I started making content was being able to infuse my personality in it. Because I'm introverted. I'm very introverted. So most of the time I just want, this is the content. I just want to show you this stuff. I don't necessarily want it to be about me because I don't want to talk about myself. But I think for you, how were you able to, lean into that and show yourself, be yourself? Because I think you're yourself.
Yeah.
How were you able to just be yourself and in a world that basically doesn't want you to be yourself?
Any question that gives me a headache takes time for me to respond. all these deep questions, I have to think for 1 minute. I'm like, how can I sound smart? But wait, in a world that doesn't want to show it. Again, to be very honest, content grows, and we just talked about it. At the time when I was creating content with Lipgloss, it was quite new, and I mean, content wasn't new, but to have a guy do that,
yeah.
yes, and. You want to go there? To have a guy do that at that time, and in a society where that's not common. We've seen men like that, but now you've not seen men like that who could do this and still work with brands and still work with like corporate brands. That's what was different, and that was my goal. I didn't want to be the one that would be sidelined and be like, oh, just another. I mean, big respect to everyone, but I wanted to have a different, separate brand. I can do this and see. I can be on makeup today and do it on Instagram, and tomorrow I'm with First Bank and saying, hello, welcome to First Bank. And, that's what I was working on. And being myself was very important. I think, there's also the part of grace. That's what I want to use. And you never know. You just try. You try and try to build your brand in a certain way. Yeah. And let's just say it worked. And so now, there are a lot of people who can also do it as well. But yeah, I'm really grateful that worked for me. But yeah, that's like my top notch. Be yourself.
Were you always like this? Like, were you because a lot of people, extra, like, were you always yourself? Because a lot of people are not themselves for a very long time.
Yeah.
And then they eventually there's a moment that just happens and they're like, man, fuck the world. I just want to do what I want to do now.
And I was always like this. I think the only time I used to be quiet was when I was the JS1. And that's such a long time ago. I've always been, I talk, I'm very extroverted. And I'm not scared of whatever anybody has to say. Like, I don't have time for that, because as long as I'm happy, I'm making money, I'm successful, and I'm not just successful based on like social media. I actually like doing things that are successful. I'm totally fine with that. Like, I don't have time to hide in corners because of what someone else is going to say about me or some sort. And it's very important. Representation is important. The fact that there are people like you, every day you get DMs of people saying, oh, I'm so grateful because of you, I can do this. And so that you're not just one, like thousands of people like you, and people like your stuff. It means they can relate to it, and so that gives enough confidence to be myself. I'm always going to be myself. The only time I'm quiet is when I'm hungry. That's when I need food. So once I go quiet on this podcast, guys, just bring the food in. Don't worry, I have food in my car.
So I watched another video, your preparation for the King of Thieves.
Oh yeah,
premiere, and if you see this, like he went super hard. He went with makeup and like the eyes and everything.
Yes.
Like he really went hard, right? And I'm thinking to myself, like, not a lot of people put that amount of effort. I mean, you're not in the movie,
yes,
right? You're not. But he's going to be there, and he practically stole the show.
Yeah.
So it's like, when did that come into your process? Like, what? I just need to give it extra every time.
Yes. So as a content creator, I know to say about content. I feel like it's a masterclass now. You're thinking to yourself. You do this as content, right?
Yeah.
I make Lipgloss videos, but you also want things that give you equity. So, for example, what differentiates just being a content creator and influencer is being able to attend all these IRS events and being, you're in front of the camera and everybody knows you and you're friends with all these big names. And that's so you sort of want to make your mark every time. Yeah. So every time now there's a premiere, people are always going to look out to what's Eni going to wear. That's just normal because everybody now knows that he's going to kill it. He's going to bring 10 over 10. So I'm not just attending every premiere. Before I'm an hustler now. Before I used to there's a premiere, I'm going. Now is Eni going to go for this one because we want to see what's it. And so I've sort of increased my brand equity. And to be very honest, this is BTS. I kind of knew that. When I got like the invitation to King of Thieves, I knew I wanted to. I already knew what I wanted. I knew I wanted to be the Potter, and I worked with so many amazing people like Emmanuel. And we planned that thing for weeks. And it cost a lot of money. I won't even lie.
That was another thing I was going to say.
Yes,
like,
and that's why you don't just attend premiere.
I get it.
That thing will cost him money. Like you're dropping your whole influencing deal for a night look, and you're like, So but I knew that. I don't want to say cloud, so people don't say cloud chaser. Yeah. But I knew the equity that event was going to bring was going to be one for a long time. And so, again, I wasn't so famous with Yoruba people, and I know a lot of Yoruba actors are going to be attending that. And so once I made my mark, everybody's now talking about, did you see what Eni wore? That kind of thing. Now a lot of people know you, and
so that. From listening to you speak, there's a lot of strategy behind
I was about to say that.
I have a master's.
I'm happy to know that there's like strategy because we come across a number of creators, yes. Right? And I think a lot of them do. I think it's a journey, right? And people at the beginning, which is expected, don't normally think strategy, right?
Yeah.
And it's glad to see that somebody's actually thinking strategy out the gate, right?
Yeah.
Because it's a thing that a lot of people overlook, and that's why a lot of creators burn out quick.
Yeah,
You know?
I don't like anybody saying our strategy. I just like, oh my god, it's just the baby
It's
boy
vibes.
cute, it's just vibes. Yeah, but
You don't want to be exposed.
yes, it's like, you're exposing me to what? Stop it, Joe. Yeah, but I mean, you need strategy because you need to see it as a work. It's like 9 to 5. Like the reason why banks and brands remain consistent is because there are people who wake up every day and they're the head of operations. They know that my job is to ensure that this works and this goes from this level to this level. And so you need strategy. You need to know that, oh, I'm on this level now. This is the pedestal everybody looks at me at. I need to go from here to here. And I mean, the only way you can do that is with strategy, right?
Yeah.
And so even as much as a lot of things is vibe, obviously everybody knows, like, some videos, like I made a video yesterday night and I was just sitting and eating. I'm like, oh, this will bang. Obviously, that's vibes. There was no strategy to that. But some things are, when it comes to your brand equity, you need strategy to increase that. You need to know what shows to reject. You know, now I could have rejected this, but I need to be here. I need to be here.
Thank you for honoring our invitation.
Yeah.
Another thing I wanted to make a note of: surely you don't eat that much because
why do you think
have you
so?
seen this guy's food videos?
Why do you think so?
Of like-
That's what. Don't worry, that strategy answer is not coming this one. That's only an assumption. I actually do eat a lot. I really like food. The only thing is that because it's not, mukbangs are you have to be very careful. You don't know when like you're starting to get over it. And so now I most times eat for social media. Like I eat when I may not eat. I eat.
You're smiling,
Because I'm remembering times, the moments. No. Some foods because I love pancake. I love turkey. Especially in school, I used to eat turkey. Yeah, no, I do.
Fair enough. Okay.
So I saw the gang. The gang. Is it the gang?
Gang.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's the gang. Okay, yeah.
And it reminds me because I watch a lot of UK US creators.
Yeah.
And there's this thing called the Content House where a lot of creators come together to make stuff. So when I saw that, I was like, oh, finally, in the Nigerian or African space, there are creators coming together to do something. So can you just tell us like what that is about?
I hate to be the spokesman for gang, and it happens. But I mean, I get to do. So the gang is not like content creators. I know that everybody goes like content. I mean, we're all content creators to be honest, but a lot of us were friends, already friends. If we're not friends closely, we were like mutuals. Before we decided that, oh, you know what, let's start posting it. I mean, we always met at events.
Yeah.
I've been to be Francis friends for a very long time. To be Francis. I'm almost everybody's friend, gang. Like soft, everybody's like my G, and other people are friends to other people. But although I'm not saying everybody was close knitted at sort of, but so we say, oh, let's just post it now. It's kind of like, because now there's virality, it's easier because you have 10 creators share things. It's just easy to get numbers, and obviously the numbers are insane because it's not just an idea, you're actually seeing it. That's this is what I've been struggling for. This is it on the table. And
this guy's got like 100K followers in like how long?
Yes, in like in 2 months. It's like
on Instagram and on
but also consistency. There's a lot of hard work. Sometimes we're shooting till 5 a.m. and I know people don't think of that part because it's not. I mean, getting 1-2 influencers to come together and now thinking of 10 influencers agreeing on a time and saying, "Oh, I'm going to leave my work," and so we're shooting like in mass and shooting till like 5. And so sometimes like it's so much hard work and so much consistency. I know the numbers are inspiring and encouraging, but the gang is also, it's not just about content creating. It's like, it started out as that, but now we're looking for ways to inspire young people. I know we did the giving to students recently, and that kind of thing, just ensuring that young people outside are, inspired to do stuff, trying to, sponsor trainings or do different things that young people can say, oh, there's this set of young people that I can look up to and also encourage me to be better. And that's sort of what the gang is about. It's like a movement. I don't say like, people say cultist. was like,
No, I think anybody that says Crocs, they're far behind. 'Cause
yeah,
they don't understand.
No.
So I think for me, is there a as you are a strategy person now?
Thank you for the honors.
Is there a strategy to like monetize what it is? Is it like a company? Are you building like a company?
To monetize what game?
I'm pretty sure they already started.
I'm sure.
Tayo, you know now. You know.
The question I'm asking is like, what's the
like the vision
going forward
like,
off of just you're building platforms.
Yes,
now. You have Instagram, maybe.
Yes.
So I saw the YouTube, for example.
Yes,
where you make content.
Yes.
So is it like to build kind of like a production house where everybody creates content and everybody features in everybody's
content houses didn't really I mean, they started abroad, but it was also failed drastically a lot.
Yeah, it's
always so. I also know that the gang is trying not to be that content house. Yes. I used to think people want to live together every day and wake up. It's different when you're my friend, but when you're in my space, it's different. You're like, can you leave? I said it like it started out as a joke. Like we just took pictures and we're seeing that everybody likes this, and we said it earlier. It's work. It's vibes, but it's also work. Yeah. So you're seeing this is working. So you're obviously trying to improve on it, and so now we started with this, and now you're thinking of YouTube, and you're hoping one day Netflix will call you and say, let's do a reality show. Netflix. I'm just telling you now. Maybe nobody has the idea yet. So watch this podcast and see.
I think that would be great.
Yes, exactly. We've had like pitches for reality, but our eyes is set on the price. So that sort of thing. You're constantly thinking of how can it be better. I can release merch tomorrow and people can buy, and more earnings. Obviously, you do music promotions or promotions for brands, and now you earn more money, and you sort of can decide to fly everybody out next tomorrow and be like, well, it's our money, we worked for it. And so I think that's sort of the thing. It's just always keeping, I can this get better, I can this improve. I sound so smart. Jesus.
do you guys have like a management, like a manager or like a managing team?
Hey, deep
Who
questions.
puts everything together?
Yeah, exactly. Because it's a lot of
we gang. Yes, we gang. We see one for all for one. So everybody, and that's the best part about. That's why we don't even want gang to be a content house. It's friendship. It's genuine friendship. Like, you could post something on your status and everybody's checking you. What's wrong with you? Are you fine? Like, oh, let's go out. I've had situations where, someone just, and everybody's like out that evening, leaving all the admin and like, oh no, this person is in distress. We have to help this person. We have to solve this person. And like, that's the most beautiful part about it is we're not thinking of, one person is in charge, one person is in control, that kind of thing. Like tomorrow's, Susan can be on a podcast and she's the one talking about gang, and that's like sort of the idea that it's actually like real genuine friendship. Sometimes we're together and we're not posting it because we're talking about family and we know each other as parents. We know Chisom's house and our Matobe's house, like we know each other's siblings. That's how like deep it is. It's just that now people can sit on social media and say, it's content.
I think we've spoken about this before, but like being a creator is like one of the loneliest jobs there exists because a lot of your peers are you're working at different times and it's good that you found community with friends that
which is very important.
I feel like content creators, number one, people don't think anybody works hard. Everybody's just like, it's not just content. Yes, it's not just vibing. And so you need that space where, kind of inspire other people. And, this thing sounds deep and all this bang, 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 but it's actually true. You need that space where, someone can, you're doing well. Yeah. Oh my God, I saw your views. Like, and, it's crazy. Can you imagine being as a human being? I'm thinking of views. Like, it sounds so many. Like, why should I be bothered about views? But because you see it as work, if I don't get this number of views, there's not going to be food on my table because brands are going to start ignoring me, and I have to go and look for another job. And I want to remain relevant. I want to stay. Everybody acts like, I don't like being famous, but you still want you still want to walk into a room and everybody's like, hi Eni, how are you? I'm fine, thank you. And everybody treats you like an egg. You like that, it gives you some sort of feeling. So you want to retain that as well. And so you need that space where it's like away from everything. Now everybody's famous here, everybody's known here, so nobody's going to treat you like a celebrity or famous.
True.
So people treat you like a human being. Yeah, you're like, thank you so much. Peace. You know, people know that you are sick and you can fall sick. Yeah. That sort of thing. Yeah. But I was going to say something. Also as content creators, because there's also this. Why am I not creating? Why am I not creating? Why am I not creating? And you kind of, it's like, even when you're with friends or family, you're thinking of, what video can I do with my family that's going to blow? And so you forget moments that you're supposed to spend with these people. And I think that's another reason why I like gang as a lot, because, you are laughing. Nobody's thinking of, let me quickly, sharply create a video with these people now. Yeah. There's time for that. There's a time where we're genuinely just being like friends and, just
that's a very
encouraging
healthy
people.
Yeah.
You need that.
Yeah,
especially for those trying to like join the content space.
I think with gang, right, it's very interesting because I was telling someone the other day that the influence that you guys have is actually a lot, right? Because there are a lot of younger people who tap into you guys, and you guys have become, back in the day, in order for you to be as popular as an Eni, you have to be on like one massive TV show, one massive movie, but now with obviously social media, Instagram, TikTok, it's like these guys are more connected to especially a younger demographic than ever before. So I think it's pretty interesting, and I'm very interested and curious to see what you guys achieve.
Yes.
I see your YouTube is coming up.
Like, it's not going to blow your mind. It's just normal. But you have to exaggerate everything now. I'm like, do you know that Gang's YouTube channel is coming on me? So everybody's like, And you were talking about connecting to a younger demographic. I think that's like the goal. So, you kind of I'm very connected to a lot of millennials too, like personally now. That's also, and I don't want to lose touch. When your generation is growing, and so everybody thinks like, Eni's in the empty mini set, that kind of thing. I'm forgetting that. I'm a young boy. And everybody's like, so you're doing some different things. Everybody's like, what is this boy doing? Don't you know you're an older Agba person? Yeah. Sometimes I see on TikTok and you be like, no, how can you be comparing Eni to this? I'm like, no, compare me to them because I'm that young. What do you people think? So, but again, with fame, you also need brand equity. So you also want to try and get in film. People, when you're an actor, it's like, I'm an actor. When you're an influencer, you're like, it's just a content creator. So
I think it's really and I think
it is.
Yeah, and I think it's also just that way in Nigeria. Because if you go to South Africa, everybody's an influencer.
Yes.
So if you're Casper is an influencer.
Yes.
Bonang is so everybody, even the actors, they're all influencers.
Yes.
Then when they now say, what kind of influencer are you? So they're
right.
like, okay, this person's an actor. So influencer is the high, is like the top of the line.
But it's different in Nigeria now. No, because apart from even, you can say it's changing. Yeah, YouTubers have brand equity. It's like, people feel like YouTubers are doing. It's not even feel like it's work. It's different because you have to see that. Like in 1 minute, I can edit an Instagram video, and I'm not saying because. I'm not saying it's easier job. It still work, but even as an influencer, I have to be on YouTube because it also gives you like another level. Like everybody's like, and you have a YouTube channel. It's like as if you're the big boss. So you still want that too. I mean,
I think people. I think that's another thing we said in like season 1. It's in order for creators to really like blossom, like they have to exist on multiple platforms.
Yes.
They exist on TikTok, exist on Instagram.
Yeah, but have that one.
YouTube. Have that one primary one.
Yes.
But like let people have
IG.
Like every when someone wants to say, that boy on Instagram now, that boy. Yes, you have that one that people can say, that boy on YouTube, that boy on TikTok. But again, with apps, there are also equity for apps. See, this is very it's like there's so many things. Yes. And people just sit on like this basic level, but there are so many things that association helps you increase your equity too. So you are you don't just want to be on TikTok alone because everybody feels like 500,000 views on TikTok is like No, like 10,000 on Instagram. Do you get? That's how people take it. It's like 10,000 views on Instagram. It's like 1,000 views on YouTube. You get? So yeah, kind of. I don't want to be known for. I want to be here to be a big boss here. So yeah, but I'll say Instagram is like my.
Do you want to act? Have you? Like, you want to be an actor?
Hey, I've tried it, but that money is small. Let me tell you. I see. I heard that maybe is See, I was talking to some senior people, Auntie Kate and Auntie. I like to say Auntie, but Kate and Auntie girl for those who are listening. But I said Auntie. But so we're talking about it and we're saying it true. To be very honest, it's equity. Also because of long term, acting kind of gives you long term benefits. So nobody has seen the future of influencing. Nobody knows what's going to happen 20 years from now. So yeah, say I have something to fall back on in case. But the reason why we don't fancy acting is I like the idea of it because it's like stay there. But when I tried it on 2 weeks. And they paid it. I'm like, this is not an Instagram picture post money. And I'll be here for 2 weeks. And acting is time consuming. You're there in the morning. Let me even tell you, they can say come on set by 9 a.m. and they don't start till 4 p.m.
Yeah.
And you're there.
With TV and film, the work is in the waiting. So like 30% of your days.
I'm thinking of how many content I made within that period. Do you know like how much? I'm like, so I will ask for a film. I'll still promote the film or you still post it on social media. And that money is part of the money they already paid you. Nobody's going to pay me separately. Say, oh, this trailer you're posting on Instagram now, we're going to pay you for it. No, they paid you for the. Come on, that one.
I totally agree. I feel like the way where the industry is going, like content people are. That's why when we're talking about influencers and actors, I feel like content creators or influencers or producers, whatever I want to call them, we are like at this inception of like. We're at the beginning of something that is going to be very big.
Yes.
If you watch a lot of like YouTube, I'm sure you definitely know Mr. Beast.
Yes.
And all those people online.
Yes, definitely.
When you hear some numbers, I went to Dubai. This was like 3-4 weeks ago for an event.
Big boss. Just drop.
Calm down.
Let me meet you.
Calm down.
Say his name. Tayo, I know. Write it in capital letters. Don't play.
And I met a lot of creators there, and one of them like showed us his AdSense, and it was making $400,000 a month.
Hey,
from just YouTube videos alone. And if you look at that, how much did the biggest movie in Nigeria of last year make?
500,000 naira. No, but wait. I agree for that wash.
So wow, that shows the potential.
Like, yes, but another thing is that why people. I respect actors a lot.
Yeah.
One, people, you are a celebrity. Yeah. That one, you chop it clean. Like when you go outside, if you wear sunglasses, if I wear sunglasses now and I'm working, obviously people know, but they're like, kilo shade, is it not just, they're like, what's wrong with him? What is he doing? Is it not just, but if like I'm a Timini and I wear glasses, everybody's like, that's Timini, that's why now. One, two, also, they also get a lot of brand ambassadorship deals. We've hardly seen influencers get ambassadorship deals like that. It's just people have not put you in that pedestal to be like you can be an ambassador, and that's where the money is.
But I feel that is changing.
Do you know why? I think it's just a fact of penetration, right? So, in terms of actors, right, they exist online, but they exist offline. Right?
Yes,
in movies, right? So I think the more the country gets, in terms of the more content or internet becomes more accessible to a wider audience, then the status of the creator becomes
yes. I mean, I finally bagged one. I'm so happy about it. It's so good. But when it entered, even because I'm not. We're launching this week, but you get when it entered. So me too. I'm surprised. I'm like, baby, trouble. Really, this can happen to. So it's not a common thing. It's rare for you. Yeah. That's like your next item. You're trying to, you're talking to a brand, and I can do 5 months campaign for a brand though, but they don't see, and that's what like an ambassadorship deal is. It's 5 months, but they're like, why should I call you my brand ambassador now? You have not reached that level. And but what's that level? I'm kind of like, I have the numbers, right?
No, you actually do.
That's what we talk about.
That's what we
with,
talked about.
with, also, the onus is on brand managers, right?
Yeah.
And I also think that slowly, millennials and Gen Zs will go into that position where they become brand managers for certain brands.
Exactly,
and they already understand.
That's smart. That's smart because sometimes like before they don't let me say that one.
before
they don't give me till again. No.
But yeah,
yes.
Brand for brands out there watching this, it's very important who you have in that brand manager slot, right?
Yeah.
There's a technical knowledge, obviously, but there's also you have to be tapped into the culture. Like if you don't know who is popping, there are people who would walk into this room that most people might not know, but if you see their profile online you know that they connect directly to your customers, to people that you want to reach. So that is very important that you stay tapped in.
And also even looking at, like, if you look at your IG, like the follower ratio to the numbers ratio is like it shows that your people are engaged.
Yes.
Even a lot of all these actors that we're even calling, when you check, not just even actors, or a lot of people with bigger numbers, we were like 2 million, 3 million. When you check their follower ratio to their it's always very low because people just know, okay, they just want to.
Yeah, so you see them in movies. Yeah, but now they are offline and online. You get. Yeah, but it's also actors don't, like, they're not bothered as much as they already know they have that equity, you get. And that's why I respect them enough. Like me, I don't have this is where the job is. This is where I don't have any film coming out tomorrow that's always getting myself on like cinema or poster outside. If I'm not getting 500,000 views, there will be problem. So I'm constantly, earlier in this conversation we were saying it when like Lipgloss videos, I used to get like 20,000 shares. Do you know how big that is?
20,000 shares.
Yes. Like on a video, like 20,000. And that's not WhatsApp.
I don't even know shares go that high.
20. I'm not even joking. Even me, I'm like, hey. When you see some numbers, you're like, huh? So that's a lot. And I saw that this thing is so I got to a point where my numbers for shares dropped to like 3,000. And for someone that used to get 20,000 shares, and that's a problem.
That's what
like outside, you're just putting it out that because me, I'm thinking about it inside every day. Every day I was thinking about this thing. I'm like, you're going to die off. That's the biggest fear for me.
True.
People say it every time. Even my dad, that's his biggest worry. He's like, this thing you're doing, are you sure? I've seen people do it and they don't matter anymore. You'll not be poor in future. You'll not be begging for money. And not for me, Like, no, I mean, think about it.
Yeah, it's true.
Like, you're smart in school. You're this thing. All your life now is to beg you for money because you chose a career path that was insecure.
True.
And so, when I was looking at it, and even when I started, that was people's biggest fear. Used to tell me that you will not be relevant. There are people have come, shame on the devil. But now recently, no, nah. And so I had to go back and I saw that this is not working. It means some people are moving to something else. But now, like my last this video I made on Monday has like 19,000 shares now.
I think Instagram. Is it the one where you mentioned the guy pouring ice cream?
No, not even that one. I mean that one was I like
there's
a strategy for that one, but it was
no, I like that.
Yeah,
that one.
But it was the Adekunle Simi one. The one
okay.
Dear God, do something.
Yeah,
that one really banged. That was really
I think what you mentioned is also it's also the same in the YouTube space. I've seen a lot of creators, they grow from 0 to 100,000, even to 1 million. And when they get to that 1 million mark, then their views the views they were getting at 100, 200K, they don't even get it at 1 million. Because then people have moved on to something else. And then you see somebody with 1 million getting 10,000 views on a video. It happens a lot.
Do you ever feel bothered about that? Do you feel scared?
Yeah, there's everybody has every career there's a timeline for every career.
Hey, in Jesus' name, fire.
No, there's a timeline for every career. Jay-Z is not rapping anymore. He has moved on to something else.
True.
So I think it's also just knowing, as you're building this career, knowing, okay, what are the other things I can actually invest in, or what are the things I can pivot to down the road with your brand equity.
True.
And
That makes a lot of sense.
if you look at like even Dr. Dre doesn't produce anymore. Even Don Jazzy still even produce.
Even Genevieve doesn't act
Yeah,
as
they don't act
but
anymore.
that makes a lot of sense because these YouTubers we're talking about the beauty YouTubers used to be popping a lot.
No, it's not more
But
popping.
people, yes,
It's not more
people like
popping. No,
Jackie
it's not
Aina
more
has
popping
moved to
again.
like creating other content.
Yeah.
But I'm like, that's the girl. She's still yeah.
Yeah.
And like those kind of people inspire. But I get it, Sha. It's the same with every platform. But you just kind of like keep working. Yeah. And I know that also another thing that a lot of people like when new creators come, they forget to connect to new creators. And that's one thing I don't want to ever lose. Like don't think you're on this certain level that if you see this new creator is coming, just drop all your pride.
Yeah.
Please, can I make a video with you? And I do it a lot too, because again, when TikTok was coming and I was saying it, I was already connected with a lot of millennials and people already thought like I'm this old, I speak Yoruba and English. And so people think I'm like this old person. And so I started making videos with people make videos on TikTok because I need young people to see that I'm a young boy. I'm one of you. Please don't leave me behind. No, thank you. So that kind of stuff.
So I call that like the Drake or Davido effect, right? And what that means is that Drake, the reason why he's been able to like sustain longevity is that if you notice when any new person comes out, Drake does like a remix or like a feature, right, to keep himself right. And Davido does it as well, where I think was it last year? He put out one single last year.
Davido, right?
Yeah, but he featured on a couple.
A lot, CK.
Another person who has done it too is Don Jazzy.
Yeah.
With working with a lot of
creators.
and
So it's very important to.
Yes,
keep
and
yourself
the creator
relevant.
will always see it as an opportunity.
Yeah.
Never, like the first time I made the video too. The first time I made the video, it was at an event, and so everybody was like, "Oh, thank you." Like, "Oh, any now take your picture with the video," because I was like the influencer and it was like the celebrity, and I'm like, "Hey!" In the moment I'm forming, so I'm like, "Of course, hi, Davido, nice to meet you." I shook his, I shook. How can I forget his name? It's going to be Prince. Yes, I shook Prince, the lawyer, and I'm like, "Oh, nice to meet you." After I took the picture, I went backstage. I'm like screaming, Davido. Because I'm like, that's Davido. But that's how Don Jazzy is. So you're seeing Don Jazzy, you're like, that's Don Jazzy.
It's crazy.
Fresh.
It is crazy.
Music is also different for them, because I see it. They never know what song is there to blow. You're just praying to God. So that's it.
This has been an amazing episode. I
Yeah.
think there's a lot of lessons
Yeah.
that we've learned from this. I've learned a couple things from this as well, and I think like the most important lesson I've learned is that I'm glad to see like the method to the process, right?
Yeah.
And it's very refreshing because like a lot of people, like I said, don't really think
You don't
3-4
really
steps
think,
ahead, but
Yeah.
like I know you're going to be there for the long goals. I'm excited to see where you go.
Thanks,
next.
man. Thank you.
All right, guys.
so-
Thank you. Wrap up.
I think mine is that's one last question before we wrap up.
Okay.
Yeah.
What would you say? What's your advice to a lot of people, a lot of young people who want to break into this
Space.
creator space?
I see is wait, see, I know a lot of people ask. I'm like, I want to be a content creator, I want to be an influencer. It sounds so cliche, but yeah, there's with every business there's strategy to break in. And so I say number one, look for something different. And it's not even about most of the creators who are popular now are known for something. So when you see a green shirt, it's Brain Jota. When you see the blue tie, the blue shirt and black tie, that's for Sabino. Even without saying, when you see the Agbada, it's Mr. Macaroni. When you see a lip gloss house, you're like, that's lip gloss boy now. So when you see tea with cup, you say, So you want, because now with acting, there are people who are popular for Alex Cooper was popular for being the fine boy. Mike was popular for that. You want that thing that people can easily recognize you and say, because there's so many creators, there are so many funny people. If you decide to be funny, people are going to easily forget you, right? You want that, even if that you hold the microphone in every of your video, have something that when they can say, oh, don't you know that boy that's always wearing green shirts, they can easily recognize you. I think that's the fastest way. But that's comedy is also the fastest way to enter into influencing in Nigeria. So you kind of want to do, because Nigerians have a lot of issues and problems. That's like number 2. So they need escape always. When people are not looking for deep things to watch, that's when they come on Instagram and TikTok. They just want to ease their mind and laugh and gist. So you kind of want to do something than I say the third thing is collaboration. I know people say every time, better drop your pride. Like if you want to blow, that's you say I want to. You want to blow, you have to be able to drop pride and ask. I meet a lot of people and they're like, I'm shy, I cannot ask this. You think Bill Gates did not ask? Like, you have to be able to go and ask. Like, when I want to make a video with Zatan, let me think. See, I say, please now, please, please help me now, because if you don't ask, and it's not even like the first time they're going to respond and say, okay, because obviously they have bigger equity than you now. When you keep, this boy, one day they'll shout like, leave me alone, let me shout to it. At least, even if they do it with the most, you have done that video and you have collaborated and you have taken your distance. The next time someone wants to do a video with you, they have more, you can be like, oh, he has done, he did with, now everybody's like, you get, and so you kind of just, that one, beg that person and say, please now. And don't do it. That's what I'll say, do it. Because in doing it, you find what's possible. Mm-hmm. So it's not, I don't know any creator that in their first day, they were like, oh, this worked. And, I used to make makeup videos, beauty videos before. Now I still do beauty videos, but now I found something that could get me viral. And so my beauty videos can be popular. But I used to do just them solely. And when I made my first Lipgloss video, they went like boom. But it was in doing something that I was able to see that, this thing can work. Yeah. So it's until you keep doing it, inside it, one day your brain will be like, let's try this way. And then it work.
Learning emotion.
Yes. Being that macaroni's video, even if it's wakapas, if they see you work every day, one day people be like, this boy is always working. Yes, exactly. Do you get it? And some people have like become popular, like my love Kiki. She's very
but I saw a YouTube channel. It's
yes.
Off. It's popping off.
Hey, it's like
it's popping off.
Spiraling. Like yes. And see, Kiki started from fashion show, right? Which was good, but it wasn't like mainstream. Yeah. And so she started making videos with other people. She became Oluwa Adeoluwa's wife in videos, even though she doesn't do it as much. But she retained her own personality and brand equity. Like, I'm going to do this because I need these numbers, and I also need, and this person is willing to help me. I'm funny too, and this person recognizes that. And so, again, content creators personally, you need, if you've blown, you still need people who will help you now. True. Who are funny in your videos too. You cannot be funny alone. So you are seeing this person and then you say, oh, work together and do stuff together. It's sort of like what gang exists with. You are constantly together, and so you are saying, oh, my fame worries me. So that's the fourth thing. Collaboration, just do it. Find something that is different. I try to ease people's stress. Yeah.
It dropped as in focus. That last thing he said is similar to what Mr. Beast always says too. Yeah. And that's why the reason, even as it's big, it needs other people. That's why he has all his friends in the video. And it makes it more interesting because it's different personalities. You can latch onto different people.
Wait, no, before I wrap up, wait, this Mr. Beast, do YouTubers see Mr. Beast as?
He made $54 million last year.
Hey!
I mean, even if you're not a YouTuber, like you have to just look at.
But spending so much money on.
Yes, but he makes so much money too. Yeah, it's the biggest creator.
Yeah,
it's the biggest creator. He has
on
any platform, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, streaming. Yeah, it's such a okay. I see, Sha. Thank you so much for having me. I need to put my glasses back so you don't blind me. After this, it's like
Thank you so much. This was an amazing episode.
Thank you guys so much. My name is Enioluwa Adeoluwa. Don't forget, period.